מטפל? שני יצורים מקדימים, שאני לא יודע איך לקרוא להם, מגעילים כגבר ומגעילים אותי כחיקוי לאישה פצויה, אני לא יודע אפילו לקרוא לזה. באמת. למה זה מגעיל אותי? כי אישה צריכה להיראות אישה, ולא כמו הבהמות שהושבת לי שני פיליפינים מסריחים מגעילים. בוא אני אסביר לך מה קורה בפיליפינים. פיליפינים מדינה ענייה מאוד, אתה $1.50. לוקח לך שני פיליפיניות ללילה, אתה קודם כל לא יודע מה אתה לוקח, אם זה ליידי בוי או... אז אתה לא יודע שפחות את הנייר טואלט מתחת. אתה יכול יותר זן נמוך בתוך הפיליפינות שלהם. אתה לא מזיין כלום, אתה חושב לך בחורה, יש כמו בשביל פוסי, בלי פוסי. ואז אתה זה טבעי אצלהם, ההומואיות, שם זה מקור השטן, ופה בארץ, עובדת זקן, איפה עובדת שזקנה? הנה. The ages should be put in jail, not us.
Jessica's not being deported. She was called without papers after she was fired.
No, I never cried. I shouldn't cry. Paper dolls, just be strong. Anything happens to you, you don't have visa or you don't let these things happen to you. It's not noise. It's like you don't deserve this. You don't deserve these things. And be strong. And I love you all. Continue, paper doll.
I don't want to be like Jessica, to be in jail or detained, you know. I don't want to be like him. And I'm afraid. I had phobias with that. So I decided to apply to some other country. This family, I just asked permission to them that I'm leaving. And they were very upset. She said that her necklace is missing and the block with ruby and gold is missing. So I was so surprised.
What is missing? Maybe you took it?
Yeah, this is what she's accusing me that I took it. But the thing is, I know she's just upset. That's why she told me like that. I understand her.
Did she try to say you stole it?
Yeah, it's something like that. I really want to stay here. I don't have future here. Even for so many years, you can get nothing here. Like if you want to another country, you can have your citizenship, you can build your own, you can settle your own, you know, not like here. Here we're really strangers.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Israel. We have just landed at Bangkok Airport.
Salvatore.
Io siamo levati תרגלתי בישראל, ככה, הרגשתי שאני לא סיימת שם, משהו אחר. אני חייבת לחזור לישראל, למרות שאני מאוד שמחה שאני עם אמא שלי וגם עם המשפחה, אבל אני חושבת תמיד על חיים, כי לחיים, אומנם שהוא רק עבודה שלי, אבל אני מרגישה שהוא אבא שלי. אנחנו חברים, הולכים מפה, הולכים לשם, הולכים פה, אני עושה להכל, כאילו, כל דבר שלא עשיתי עם אמא שלי, עשיתי עם חיים.
I mean, those are two or several other perspectives that you see as far as their reaction towards their sense of belonging in Israel. And the things that I wanted you to observe in the first part with the taxi driver, the logic that he's using there is they pretend to be women, so therefore they must only pretend to care, right? And in the way that that equation, obviously, not women, therefore not caring, or pretending to be women, pretending to care, which must mean women equals caring. All right, and then the other part is that I want to just play with a little later is when Cheska says, "Do you ever?" When Tomera wanted, "Do you cry? Did you cry?" Because obviously there's a certain sort of he's trying to elicit a certain emotion. It's like, no, I'm not crying. I don't cry. I don't ever cry. By this time, the number of bombings in Tel Aviv have increased. Foreign workers have become suspects, and immigration police sweeps intensified. Heyman highlighted, and I had a note here that usually not Friday and Saturday. I realized this is not true because just before I left, it was during a celebration of Philippine independence, so they did it on June 24th or something like that. And it so happened that one of the Filipino community leaders, who's very quite popular and was featured in the magazines, was and it was a Saturday, and that's supposed to be Shabbat, yeah, Shabbat, their day off, and she was actually caught by the immigration police on that day, so I had to revise that. I see here. Heyman highlights the central bus station, etc. What happens is that there was an announcement when there was a bombing at the central bus station where a lot of foreign workers live and a lot of them got hurt, that there was an announcement from the police that even that please seek medical help, we won't deport you. All right, and in one way you can read that, oh, how humanitarian, but the fact that they had to say it is actually tells of something else quite different about like the subjectivity and what the state does to foreign workers. Heyman finds that Cheska has been picked up by the immigration police and he tracks her down at a detention center. 3 different reactions and issues come up here that you just saw. Anger at the state for his dispensability, by Chiki, I think, the lack of citizenship and futurity, and of course, with Sally, displaced familial affect. The way each Filipino, the 3 that you saw, including Cheska and Sally, the way each Filipino invokes homeland, the labor market, and family determines his sense of belonging to Israel. How does the film get us to care about these caregivers? The film, as you know, as at least I've taught, I may be wrong, is an argument. Most narratives also offer arguments. While Heyman refuses to recreate the spectacle of paper dolls as palabas, as a spectacle, as a show, the film creates a politics of empathy, palabas as emotional outlet. This audience empathy is structured on the familiar grounds of familial sentiment. The focus on Sally and Chaim, for example, as you saw, like this is, and what's important with that he extracts from the Sally and Chaim, and it goes quite a long time. Sally actually died actually in just recently in December because she went back home here and then went back to I think Saudi Arabia to work, and she was found dead in the middle of the street just recently. But on this film, she was quite the focus on Sally and Chaim's relationship and the juxtaposition of the taxi driver's racist rant and Jan's caretaking produces the familial duty and care performed by Filipinos as genuine and deserving. It's important for Sally. I mean, Sally looks more, let's say, womanly or dresses more womanly than, let's say, Jan, for example, who doesn't dress up at work. But it's a way that these are the visual cues that signal Sally as more womanly and therefore more caring, and yet the relationship to Chaim is also seemingly genuine and caring, whereas Jan, who doesn't dress as a woman or as much of a woman, then is actually depicted as rather cold and unfeeling, which is an interesting sort of argument that the film has. And of course, the film insists that the Filipinos are in fact genuine and deserving of state protection. They are not, in fact, as the taxi driver says, thinking animals who simply pretend to care about elderly people. They are humans, the argument goes, who have feelings and are therefore deserving of human rights. That's simply the human rights sort of argument. They're people too, so therefore you should care. And I'm trying to kind of destabilize that a little bit about that they are people too because they care, because blah, 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 because of this, I think the suppositions and presumptions underneath the notion of genuine care. For Cheska, the state and the market has betrayed him by offering promises but no protection. And home is a separate reality altogether. For Chiki, the state offers no future or stability, and labor will go where it might sustain itself, usually. In one sense, he asked which nation state can offer not simply salary, but as a home, as part of the compensation, i.e. citizenship as home. Both are claims for market and economic rights among labor markets.